What's up, everybody? Welcome to Indie Comics Review. This is the show where every week I review 3 indie comic books. If that is the kind of content that you find interesting, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And be sure to check out the link down below to my Alternative City shop, where I sell t-shirts, buttons, pins, magnets, all kinds of other cool stuff that I make. Stickers, all kind of stuff like that. And all those sales help to support this channel. So let's get started right away with the first book this week, which is The Approach, #1. It's written by Jeremy Hahn and Jason Hurley, and is illustrated by Jesus Gervais and Leah Caballero, and it's on Boom Studios. In this turbulent new horror miniseries from writers Jeremy Hahn, The Red Mother, and Jason A. Hurley, The Beauty, and artist Jesus Gervais, The Empty Man, a storm is coming that's bringing more than bad weather. When airport employees Mac and Abigail find themselves snowed in after a blizzard, they witness a terrible plane crash. After pulling a survivor from the wreckage, they realize a terrifying truth. This plane has been missing for 27 years. The nightmare has only just begun, though, as the people trapped in the airport soon find themselves confronted by what this plane actually brought back. For those with a fear of flying, it's not the sky that deserves the dread, but what lies beyond it. One thing I love about The Approach is that they allowed the pictures to tell the story. The writers Jeremy Hahn and Jason Hurley, they're not afraid to let the artists do their work. It speaks when it should, and it's silent when it should. It makes use of the medium in a great way. I love watching Mac get up in the morning. It's cold outside. He lives in a trailer park. He's taking a pill, but he's not having breakfast. His new employee, Abigail, she is learning which runways are which, and she's being thrown into this emergency with very little training. There's an airplane coming in, and it's going to be the last one for the night because they're shutting down because of the snowstorm. They're already just bracing for that, and then they get this out of the blue, this plane from that's been missing 27 years just crash lands into one of the runways. What happens after that, I can't really say, because that pretty much tells you the whole story, what it says in the descriptor there. The pacing and the character development that they're giving me in this first issue is enough to keep me interested enough to follow this series, which really reads like a well-written screenplay so far. Let's see what they do with the thing that arrives with this plane from 27 years ago. So yeah, this is off to a really great start. The writers and the artists are doing an excellent job on this, and can't wait to see #2. The next book is Damn Them All, #1. It's written by Simon Spurrier and is illustrated by Charlie Adlard, and it is on Boom Studios. In this new dark supernatural thriller for fans of We Have Demons and Something is Killing the Children, meet Ellie, Bloody L. Hawthorne, occultist for hire. Following the death of Ellie's uncle, an infamous magician and occult detective, the 72 devils of the Ars Goetia are mysteriously freed from their infernal realm. It's now up to Ellie to track down each of these exiled demons and damn them right back to hell by any means necessary. Holy water, conjuration, or just a trusty rusty clawhammer. Legendary The Walking Dead artist Charlie Adlard teams up with Step by Bloody Step scribe Simon Spurrier to introduce your favorite new occult anti-hero since John Constantine. I'm sure I probably butchered the name of that demon realm back there, but it gives you a lot of detail into what the names of the realms are, what the terminology for what L is doing is, and everything like that. It's very informative in this book. It gives you a lot of background. It's funny they dropped the C word too. They talk about Constantine. You can easily compare the character L in here, Bloody L, to John Constantine in a lot of ways. She's very much got that could give a fuck British kind of attitude. So L's uncle was this famous occultist, and he died. So L was she was always an admirer of her uncle. Everybody else hated him. So they were having his funeral, and not long after his funeral, someone at the pub. They're just paying their respects. There's a conjuration, and many times this is a very realistic portrayal as far as I can tell. But it's a different take on what happens when this kind of a cult occurrence happens, and it's an interesting way to go about it. It's just ways we haven't really talked about before in lots of books. It's very upsetting for all the people in the area. Especially the people who are just, in a sense, who are just unprepared for such a thing to happen. And there's an interaction with Elle and this detective that she later finds out is a detective from the States, and she's also looking for something that has to do with this case. And the demons are being apparently controlled. These 72 that have been set loose. And many of them are just, this one in particular is just asking, please send me back. I don't want to be here any more than you want me here. And they're being manipulated by people on our realm. That's a route that I look forward to seeing what they do with that. So yeah, the artwork is great. I guess this is the Walking Dead artist. I did not read that series, but the art is nice on here. It seems like it's going to be maybe kind of like a buddy kind of a comic, which is fine with Elle and this detective from the States. That could work out. It's good to bounce off plots and dialogue and kind of view the happenings through the eyes of two different characters, sometimes two very different characters. So this could work out pretty well. Love that name. Damn them all, from Boom Studios. Boom's coming up with some great stuff now. So yeah, how can you not check this out? I'm giving this a shot for sure. The last book is Lovesick #1. It's written, drawn, illustrated, painted, everything by Luana Vecchio, and it is on Image Comics. The Lovesick Club is an exclusive, subscribers-only site on the dark web that offers the best in erotic and ultra-violent entertainment. There, matriarch Domino and her fellow dominatrixes punish and torture none other than their own loyal subscribers, many of whom pay good money to meet their end by her hand in front of a large anonymous audience. But in the eyes of her rage-filled haters, Domino is the mother demon, a deranged succubus who oppresses men by turning them into her slaves. For this crime against men, she must be hunted down and punished. Lovesick is my favorite book of this week. Some might say that my taste may run a little dark. That may be true, I guess. But this is a story that has to do with the dark web. It has to do with red rooms and snuff films and things like that. Luana Vecchio says in her back manner, this was a project she did on Comixology back in 2020. So this actually came out before Red Room. But this is a very different, the two things, Ed Piskor did not invent Red Rooms. He did a series about Red Rooms, and it's a pretty interesting series about Red Rooms too. But he did it in his way. Luana's doing it in her way, which is from the point of view of a female, which is a very different point of view. Ed's work was excellent. It was graphic. It was violent as hell. It was like it was kind of like the EC comics from the 50s meets today's horror meets today's online madness. This is a very different style book about the same subject. Mistress Domino gets up every day, brushes her teeth, takes a shower, has her coffee and goes to work, except she runs a red room. She runs a torture chamber, basically, and her fans want to be next. They want to be the one to be tortured next. They actually look forward to this. This is a mindset that I cannot relate to, but this is real. There are people out there who are doing this. They begin the book with your basic red room snuff with and there's a lot of back and forth with the online chat as well. Ed leaned a lot more into that. Vecchio doesn't do so much of that. She gives you kind of an overview of some of your regulars on the chat, but doesn't go back and forth. That chat was kind of getting tedious to me and was taking away from the impact of the actual storytelling. So I'm glad she didn't really show a whole lot of that. And there's like this dance sequence, and there's just so much more that she's done with this. After the first scene, there's another scene where they have actually captured an incel. They've captured this troll who had been leaving derogatory, hateful remarks on their site, and they actually tracked him down, tied him up, gagged him, and were about to use him in one of their live streams. He was just like, totally belligerent. He's a woman hater. He's this and he's that. And after a while, he's into it. So I just, some things you just don't see coming. So they say at some point some of the incels will be seeking revenge against her. So this particular one though, he was at the end. He was into it, and they actually let him live. So that's a pretty complex thing going on there, where you're hating these people, you're misogynistic, but madam, but mistress, can I please have some more? I can't wrap my brain around that, But this is a real thing. Vecchio talks about in the back matter how she researched this book and how I don't know how far she went down these dark holes, but she found a lot of information about the red rooms and the snuff films, and how the incel community is a big part of this dark web thing. And she saw some things, I guess, that's quite frankly horrified her so much that she had to just back off and look for something that would restore her faith in humanity, basically. And what restored her faith in humanity was comics, movies, music, the arts. This is the thing I think a lot of us, people who are creative and who appreciate the creative, look forward to in life every day. And some people don't understand that. They think that we're the freaks, and I just say, hey, let them. This is why we're different. That's why there's more than one type of individual in the world. But yeah, Lovesick is something that I have not read her original comicsology, and I really don't want to until this is over. So I want to get the full impact of this series, and I'm going to follow it to the very end until she's done telling the story. So yeah, I recommend Lovesick. If you're, it's not as gory as a Red Room. It deals with some gory, I guess, touchy subjects, but in a much more nuanced and delicate way, if that's possible. So yeah, so be warned and be aware. So there you go. That's going to be all for this Indie Comics review. I will have an Artist Alley next week. I know I said it last week too, but I got a really great submission. I just want to let Jordan Holt know that I got your submission. I got your book. It looks great. I have not had a chance to finish it yet, and I want to do it justice because this is one of the nicest things I've seen sent my way. So yeah, that's hopefully next week I'll get that done, and we'll have an Artist Alley in addition to 3 more indie comic books. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn notifications on if you want to get my notification to watch my next video. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the funny papers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.